So cute. No, you can say it. Yeah. Aw, that's so cute. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. That's cute. Remember when was it her that meow in the litter? You'd have to be like, hi, Meryl. I don't know why she doesn't do that. On that note, everybody, um, I say everybody, but again, it's probably just my mom watching. So I probably will just delete this after. I don't really have a reason to keep it up because I am just showing my mom. But I will probably do a better live stream showing all of it when it's fully finished. Let's wait for my mom to get in. Kaylee, I just realized we could play through the whole map. Oh, no, we couldn't. I was gonna say we could play through the whole map, just like, um, we could play through the whole map on split screen. Hold on, I just gotta sign out of your thing to see if that worked. Mom, get it? I'm just kidding. Hi, Mom. I assume that's you who just joined. Do you mind saying something in chat? If it's not,
I'm
Mom,
here
also
now.
hello. I'm here now. I
I
had to
had to
update the
update
YouTube
the
app.
YouTube
Oh, it's
app.
okay. I was wondering where you were. I'm kidding. It's chill. All right. Are you ready? So, I'll just show you all of it again because I don't exactly remember what I showed you last time. You spawn in. So, Elias and Kaylee will be playing this, remember? They spawn in. It says Elias and Kaylee. Did I read you the little book last time of what they read before they like play? It basically just says um it basically just says that me, Kaylee, and Elias discover a mansion in the woods at a sleepover, and then we all decide to enter it when we find a broken window. And I go in first, but when they get in, I'm nowhere to be found. So now they're in the mansion looking for me. Kaylee, do you want to plan this world or yours with the survival one? Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I do. Um, so basically, there's a book here that says for Elias. While at a sleepover, you, Kaylee, and Benjamin discover a mansion in the woods you didn't know was there. It seems to be abandoned, and you guys explore around the outside, eventually finding a broken window. You all decide to enter. Benjamin enters first, but after you and Kaylee get inside, he's nowhere to be found. Now you must find him. Maybe it's a prank. But then Kaylee's book is the same thing, but it says you, Benjamin, and Elias. And they have a stick from outside, quote unquote. It's actually a wooden dagger. But when you hold it, it just looks like a little stick. So they have a stick from outside. they have an offhand lantern and some stage. And it says this is what an offering looks like, and it shows a vampire head with a candle on it. You'll know more of those later. Material ranking. So, the material ranking, Mom, for weapons in this map goes wood is the weakest, stone, iron, and then quartz, and then ruby. So that is, if you find, say, 5 weapons, and there's each one of those, ruby's the best. So, for example, your fist does 1 damage. When you punch, it's just, Chino, are you under my chair? It's just like normal, default. And then a wood dagger does 2, a stone dagger does 3, an iron dagger does 4 damage, quartz dagger does 5, and a ruby dagger does 6. So a ruby dagger is equal to 6 punches at once, if that makes sense. So then, but there'll also be weapon levels. So you could get a ruby dagger level. You could get a ruby dagger level 0, which just says this, or a level 1, a level 2, or a level 3, and levels 1, 2, and 3 are better than none, and level 3 is the best out of them. So it's basically levels 0, 1, 2, 3. Meryl, you are so cute. She just jumped up to Meryl. Meryl just jumped up to Kaylee on the couch and like rubbed her head on Kaylee's chest, and as she rubbed her head, she turned it into like a roll and a flop on Kaylee. It was so cute. Anyways, so that's the material ranking. Wood, stone, iron, quartz, ruby. Ruby? I meant ruby. Ruby. Yes. So then this is called a command block. Basically, you can run. Okay, wait. So this, if I enter the chat, this is where I can type Kaylee, obviously, or Elias. But I can also type in commands, right? So if I go over here, I do weather, thunderstorm. So look, actually I do slash weather. You have to do slash. And then whatever command, so there's slash weather, changes the weather. And I could do rain. See, now it just started raining, right? But there's also these boxes called the command block. Oops, why did I do that? I meant to change it to... change the weather to clear. So by the way, if you drink milk in this game, it gets rid of any potion effects you have. So if you see me drinking a bucket of milk at all, that just gets rid of my potions. So say I have a slowness potion, it'll just make me back to normal. Anyway, so these boxes, this says Effect Elias, that's his username. Darkness, which is a potion effect where it makes your screen all dark for an infinite amount of time. That's why I put infinite. 1 is potion effects can be anywhere from 1 to 255. So say there's slowness 1, which makes you a bit slower. There's slowness 255, which means you literally cannot move, right? And then I said true, which it says hide bubbles, basically, true or false. If I would put false or not anything, you would have little potion bubbles all around your character, but I didn't want that, because that reveals, I don't know, it would be distracting, and it reveals what effects you have very easily. So there's these 2 blocks to affect Kaylee and Elias with the darkness effect. There's this block to affect me with invisibility. So see, the lever is like this, right? And this is me. And I flick the lever, and now I'm just an invisible lantern. I don't want a lantern.
Are you deciding these values, or do they come preset?
Are you deciding these values, or do they come preset? I decide the values. I put them in there. So if I would do darkness 255, it would be darker for them, right? Darkness 1 is good. So good question. I could decide any value if I wanted. There's this thing called a nocturnal eye. This is from a mod, and I turn it on, and you can see I have night vision. Nocturnal eye off, nocturnal eye on. I'm going to turn it on just so you can see better. Also, so I don't have to hold a lantern for you to be able to see. But they will not be playing this bright. This is how it will look for me. And later I'll show you actually how it looks to play. This lever just says that you don't see the commands in the chat, which normally if I say hi, it shows up on the side of the screen. It says Gohan is the best 9, which is my username. It says I said hi. The position thing I'll also get rid of when we play. That is just to show what your coordinates are along the world. Anyways, there's this chest full of all the monsters, right? This isn't. One sec. This is a chest full of all the monsters. This isn't for them. This is just for me, so it's not really important. I'll show you the monsters later. So this is a command input. Oh man, you're so cute. This command input. So when I press this button, everyone gets teleported right here, right? It teleports all players here. Anyways, this is where the game starts. There's a broken window, some glass on the ground. I actually used coral. Maybe I showed you this last time. Look at this creative little usage. So this is what coral looks like underground, not underground, underwater. And you can see it dries out. So then it turns gray if it's not underwater. So I used the gray coral to look like broken glass. Isn't that cool? And then there's a button here. It's meant to look like someone threw a stone into the window. And it's indenting the carpet, but there is actually a use for it. Anyways, this block is called Skulk, and normally it looks like this, right? But I have a mod, so look at the difference here for a minute while I talk. I have a mod that lets you paint any block, okay? So, for example, the floor is actually bamboo planks, right? And I use bamboo because if you compare it to, let's say, oak planks, you can actually see there's more little slices in the planks, which makes it look a bit more realistic. And I painted that brown using a paintbrush. So I'll show you what that looks like. Mom, can you suggest a color? Suggest any color. Let's get out a couple blocks to show what this looks like. So just suggest any color.
The bamboo is cool.
The bamboo is cool. Purple. Okay. I knew you'd say purple. So yeah, this is the bamboo planks.
Lavender.
So I can't really do lavender, but some of these blocks might do lavender. There's only a set amount of colors. There's white, light gray, gray, black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, which is lime, and then actual just dark green, cyan, light blue, blue, purple, magenta, pink. So this is what a bamboo plank block looks like. That's it painted brown. No, not brown. What am I talking about? Purple. This is a block of diamonds. So you make this with 9 diamonds, which you have to find underground. This is it, purple. That's pretty cool. This is called purpur. It's a material you can find in another dimension, and this is just a block of it. That's it, purple. So it doesn't look that all that different for that block. This is a block of honeycomb. That's it, purple. This is a hay bale. Ooh, look at that one. Yeah, it just changed the lines on it. So there's some cool ones like that. And also, this is just reinforced deep slate. You can color that one. I thought that one was different for some reason, but apparently not. What happens if I color like this? Yeah, you can't. So some blocks you can't paint. That's okay. Color a beehive, Kaylee? Is that what you said?
Purple honeycomb is so sick.
Purple honeycomb is sick. You cannot color a beehive, but look at this pumpkin. I just made a purple freaking pumpkin, guys. Look at that. Ooh, maybe I'll put some pumpkins in the mansion around. That could be cool. Look at this purple pumpkin. What, Katie? That's funny, Katie. So, look at this. This is a purple pumpkin. Anyways, we continue. So, this block right here is called Skulk, and you can find it underground, and it twinkles. And it's related to one of the boss fights in the game. But I colored it black to look like the night sky, because it kind of twinkles. So look at it out here. I'll just watch the animation for a minute. I'm not sure if you can see, but the star-looking things are getting dimmer and brighter. So that is why I use that block. This is a broken window. This is a button. Like I said, it's meant to look like a rock, but look at this. If I press it, it says, "Who dares to enter my home?" And you don't know who's talking. Question mark, question mark. I'll press it a few more times just so you can see. So I had to actually, I wouldn't say code it to do that, but I had to use those command blocks and then put redstone. So I'll show you what redstone is. I know you know, at least I'm sure you do, but it's okay. I'll show you again. So here's a door. I can obviously automatically open that door, or I can put a lever to open that door, and then or I can put a whole block of redstone to keep the door open. Oops. And just things like that. Make sense? Anyways, I had to use redstone to do that. So, continuing on, these are bamboo planks. This is deep slate block. It's compressed deep slate into bricks. Deep slate is like stone really far underground. This is gray terracotta. I know it looks brown, but it's called gray terracotta. This is brown painted muddy mangrove roots. So there's mud. Here's mud. So there's this. So this is the root of a type of tree that only grows in swamps. This is mud right here. And this is those roots covered in mud. Right? So I actually just painted that brown. Isn't that cool? To make this block that looks like a tree. So, yeah. And then this is a compressed charcoal block as the ceiling to look like a black tile of sorts. The red carpet. So, Mom, you get to decide, do I show you left first or right?
Left.
Left, Carrie Lynn Turney says. Sorry, I don't know why I said your full name. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's your YouTube name. It's not like anyone wouldn't be able to tell. Anyway, we continue. Oh, wait. I want to show you one more thing. First, these are candles up here. So, look at this. I can break it, but you can place candles in bundles of more. So look at that. I just placed 4 candles, and when I light it, it actually does light all 4 candles. So you can light candles like this, but so far, or not so far, but like to start, all the candles are empty, but you can actually find flint and steel later on and light as many candles as you'd like to. So we go left down this hallway, and we reach right here. This is a door to one of the bedrooms in the game. So there's an item frame. How an item frame works is, let's say I get out a diamond sword, I can hold it, or I can just put it in the item frame. And then I can get it out, and now I have the sword again. You can just display any item on a wall. So I just put one of those for them, and there's a little chair. Oh, I'm invisible. I forgot. If I drink milk, will it go away? No, because I have a command on. But I am actually sitting in the chair. You just can't see me because I'm invisible. But you can sit in it. You know what? Let's show you. It's okay. Should be right here. Yes, I don't need to be invisible. There we go. Look at my outfit, Mom. Got some shoes, some cheetah print pants, Shadow the Hedgehog shirt. Let's show you like this. Look at my hair. And I have Minion glasses. They are actually Minion glasses. It was an official collaboration with Minecraft. I got them for free. So, this is the room. You come in, there's a chair like this, so you can actually sit at the little table. Who texted you, Katie? Oh, I was wondering if it was my mom saying she had to go or something. Sick fit. Thank you, Mom. I appreciate it. Look at this. Purple furniture. Get this from the Nether, which is the Minecraft equivalent of hell, basically. You get this wood, which comes from big trees in the Nether, only in the Nether, and you can make furniture out of it. You can make furniture out of any wood based on, or like from a mod. So there's a grandfather clock that does actually work. Look at this. I don't know what time it's displaying, but there is also just a clock in normal Minecraft, but it doesn't exactly say the time. It just says if it's day or night. So right here, the black part is night. This is day. That yellow thing is the sun. So it shows you how far along you are into night. I don't know what time this clock is displaying. Maybe you know. Give you a second. You don't have to type in chat if you don't want. I just don't know if it works or not. Anyways, it's a cool grandfather clock. So then, there's this beautiful painting of, I guess, a skeleton and a lady in this water. Very cool, very cool. So think this was either a photo taken and then they just added a pixely filter over it, or this was pixel art. So maybe someone placed every individual pixel, I'm not sure. It says set spawn point here. So what Elias and Kaylee will be able to do is in Minecraft, if you sleep in a bed, next time you die, you will respawn at that bed. You will forever respawn at that bed when you die, unless you change your spawn point. So there are 2 bedrooms in the game. One will be for Elias, one is for Kaylee. Doesn't matter which, but they can set their spawn point. When there's a chest, they can just put whatever they want in the chest. So we go back through, and now there is a little trap door. So you're able to come up to trap doors and do this. So look, if I open this right while I'm at it, I'll actually crouch and go under. See, now I'm crawling in a little vent. So it's a little bit hard to see in third person. You can see I am actually crawling. So we come through the vent. Not vent, I guess it's just like a little crawling area. I don't know. Then it brings you to a different area of the map. So I'll show you that better in a minute. I'm just going to fly through the tunnels from now on. So if you see me going very fast, that is why. So, continue down here.
Creepy vent.
Now there's creepy vent. Thank you. Now there's 2 more vents. There's 3 right here, right? So I'll show you them in a minute. You walk down this carpet, and look, there's a gate. You can't actually get through this. There's no way to get through it. It's iron bars and a fence up there, and then deep slate walls. You can't actually get through this. So what you can do is if you take, let's break a piece of carpet on this side. You go through the vent. I'll go fast. Now, I come out on this side. I'm actually through the vent. Look at that. So there is a way to get past it. You just can't go through the gate itself. So now, shout out Kaylee. She made part of this. Well, she made this area that I'm going to show you. So you go in here. It's your maze, Kaylee. So look at this. I won't take you through the whole maze. I mean, I will. I'll just do it fast. So, look, we can't go that way. We can go here. That doesn't lead anywhere. This leads right down here. I'm just going left the whole time. It's a good strategy for mazes. Unless you get caught in a loop-de-loop of sorts. Not a loop-de-loop, a roundabout. So look at this. We continue through this whole maze. And Kaylee made this whole maze here, actually. So like I said, I'm going left every time, so we skip that. Isn't this very cool? So, yeah, Kaylee made this maze.
Great job, Kay.
My mom says, great job to you, Kaylee. She said thank you. So now, it led me to a room, right? Look at this. This is an execution room. Look at this. How creepy. The only way in this room is through the vents. So, there's a skeleton here. I'm actually going to put an armor stand. We're going to do some redstone, and I'll try and explain the redstone as we go. So, I'm going to place an armor stand. What you can do with armor stands is take a wild guess. You can put armor on them, right? You can also pose these armor stands. So if I do this, I can actually pose them in different ways. That's it dabbing. Looking like a zombie here. So, can dance of sorts. Anyways, that is what an armor stand does. But, look, I place one here, and then I can change the pose of it. So his hands are like that, right? And then I'll get my floor block, and I place a piston. What a piston does is if you flick a lever or anything, see, it pushes out. So if you supply it with a redstone signal, it pushes out, right? So, you place a block, a piston, and a lever, right? And now the block is there. I break it, break the piston, and then the lever breaks, I break this block. Now the armor stand is actually closer, okay? Anyways, I wanted it to look like one of those things you see where you put your hands and your head in it, and they'd throw fucking tomatoes at you or whatever in old times. So, here is the armor stand, then some blocks, then a skull, and then those item frames from before, right? With 2 blocks of iron made to look like the skeleton's hands. Maybe I found a better thing. Yeah, that looks more like a little hand hanging. So then, there's this cauldron full of blood. We'll do that so it's not as much blood. Yep. Yes, we did. Thanks, Dad. Okay, good night, Dad. I love you. So, we have this cauldron full of blood, and some blood on the floor. It's actually just redstone dust I put there. And then there's this container, which is compressed beetroot block. But we wanted it to look like hearts. This was Kaylee's idea. Shout out Kaylee for the little hearts. And yeah, I'll put armor on this armor stand later. When I go through and do all my lore. Not my lore, my loot. I go through and put all the loot in all the buildings. So yeah, we'll put armor on there, and you can actually take it. Now, if you go to the other side of the room, there's another trapdoor, right? This leads to a maze I created, right? We'll go left every time, just like before. And eventually, it will lead you to a lever. Now, if we go back into the execution room, I'll show you what that lever changed. Now, if we come in here, you might notice this pillar moved out of the way. Isn't that cool? So that was redstone all connected, right? You love this build? Thank you very much. Look at the redstone. It's not super complicated, it's pretty easy, but it's using pistons. These are called sticky pistons, and they actually bring blocks forwards if you move them. So, I'll show you that. There's a difference between a piston and a sticky piston, and the difference is, this is a piston. It can push, but it can't. Oops, that lever is changing the trapdoor. It can't pull it back. But if I make that a sticky piston, which has green slime on it, it can actually move the block with it, right? So, that's a sticky piston. So now, this pillar moved out of the way. There's a trapdoor leading downstairs. There's a monster downstairs. Look at him. Hello, monster. So, there's actually, a creepy monster down here, and he chases you if you come down. Isn't that cool? So there was something I wanted to do here. I can't remember what now. Oh, creative tool. Oh, monster's gone. He ran away. Where did he go? So this is my maze. You can see it's claustrophobic. Mom, this is the claustrophobic catacombs I was telling you about. Let's try and find our monster. Here he is. Look at that. I'm actually going to kill him for now. Okay, he died. So we'll use this creative tool. We'll do... Weird. Where is it? I just missed over it, I think. Oh, haunt skull.
Dakota would probably watch if she's free.
I'm sorry, I didn't see your whole message. I saw Dakota would probably watch if S. ... Kaylee, do you mind texting my sister and saying we're live streaming? Thank you. So, I just spawned that same monster again, but now he has more health. Where'd you go, slippery fuck? Hey, look. So you can see, this is actually, I'll show you how I made my tunnel. Okay, watch out, dude. This is what it would look like. Okay, he's terrifying. If I had just broken blocks, but instead I broke blocks and then placed walls here, which a wall, look, this is a block and this is a wall. It's like a fence of the block, sort of. So I made it like that on purpose to make it look skinny like this. So look how claustrophobic this is. It's like the walls are like touching you. You know what I mean? And the monster, oh my god. You can see he very perfectly fits in here. His shoulders go right up to the wall. His head is in this block. And if I made it any shorter, he can't fit through. So for example, he can't actually fit through just a 2-block gap. So look at this. If the hallway is this shape, the monster can fit all through it. But if it's smaller, like this, he can't fit through it. So you're running away from, geez, dude. So you're running away from the monster, you can actually go into little hallways like this that I've made. And show you the maze going left every time. Right here is a vent, but you can only get in through it through one side. So this is that side. You press this stone button, trapdoor opens and closes. Now you're crawling. Then you can crawl through here, but you can't actually get back in any way unless you go through the trapdoor again. So that's its own hallway. So we'll go left, because we've been going left this time. Now we're back at the start. So, we go this way now. We'll go this way. Oops, I forgot to do walls on this part. So let's add those. So then you can see there's iron bars here, so you can't get through there, right? Go this way, this way, this way, this way. It's quite a large maze. I won't show you all of it. I don't even know if I can show you all of it. It's confusing. But this is how big the maze is underground. It's hard to see because I know you can see the whole building from up here. But this is how big it is, right? So at any point, let's say we drop down right here. Here's what the hallway looks like. So it's a decently large maze. There's one funny part I'd like to show you, though. So imagine the monster's chasing you. You're like, oh, nice, there's a hallway he can't get in. You run down here, but you'll have darkness. You don't know when it ends, because you can't see the end of it. You get to the end, and there's absolutely nothing here. So you just gotta run all the way back. There's also a little hallway here, which leads into another tunnel. So there will be some loot in this tunnel. That makes it worth it. There'll be loot in lots of places. But you have to find the loot, of course. So come back up here. That pillar is still open. So if we come in through here, now there's a door. Oh wait, let's explore a little bit more in this tunnel and try and find the end of it. This maze confuses me sometimes. I don't have it mastered yet. Okay, so this room is the garden. We'll show the garden in a minute. Oh, spoilers, my bad. So you're in the garden and you come in through here, and this is a tunnel also connected to the execution room, remember? There's a sign that says the left is right and the right is left. So, whatever that means. But you go through the tunnel. I just ended up back where I started. Motherfucker. So, look at this. We get right here, and there's a door with a button. The thing about iron doors is I'm pressing, but it won't open. You need redstone to open it. So you press a button, now you're standing up, and you can't get back through that door. Right? No matter how hard you try. So you open this trap door, and now you're in another tunnel. What's funny about this tunnel is it's right next to the execution room. I'm just in like a flying around ghost mode. It's right next to the execution room. It's not actually attached to it. So remember how there was 2 trap doors you could enter? This is one of those trap doors. There's 3 labyrinths of vents, right? So basically, one of them is one I made, which has the lever and the sign that says the right is left and the left is right or whatever. And let's replace this carpet now. But there's 3 of them. One of them is this, one of them is this, one of them is all the way over here or whatever, the entrance to it. So, yeah, basically, if you go in this tunnel, it's not actually connected to the other ones. It is, but only through a one-way connection. So if you enter this one, it actually goes absolutely nowhere. So Kaylee made 2 tunnels. This one does connect to the execution room. This one doesn't. Make sense? So now, we go back this way. We reach the end of this hallway. By the way, I started this project. Kaylee, was it yesterday you went out with your mom and went shopping? The day before? Okay, so it's Monday right now. I didn't make it Sunday. I didn't make it Saturday. I started this on Friday. I've done all of this since Friday, by the way. So now we go right. Remember when I showed you this and I said choose a direction? Now we're going right. So you open this. There's another bedroom, right? So this one has another item frame, chest, a grandfather clock, a table and a chair. I mean, a chair and a table. I did it wrong. And a bed, and it says set spawn point here. And there's this nice painting. Look at that. There's also a door in this one, though. So you open this door, and now you're in this room. There's a confusing little redstone contraption. Let's get out a sword here. So, look at this is a jail cell, and there's this cute little pig in there. Look at that. He's adorable. But he's trapped behind these iron bars. So you pull this lever, and they actually open. Right? But if you interact, oops, this guy's escaping. Let's get him into the bedroom. Close the door. So, wait, little buddy, come out here. Don't go that way. Go this way. Yes, go this way. Hey, you dumbass. Dude. I can't put him on a leash. He's like stuck in the block. Okay, dude, you're being really annoying. This guy won't cooperate. Finally. Go in the hallway, buddy. So, this is what the little pig is like. It's pretty cute. But, if you attack him for any reason, he transforms into this evil thing. Right? So you want to make sure you don't attack him. I'll kill him now. Sword. This sword does 8 attack damage. And remember, punch only does 1 attack damage. So it's like as strong as 8 punches. I'll show you that in a second. I just spoiled something. But if you let him out, you actually get rewarded because now you can enter this room, right? And there's armor back here. I'm going to break it for now, right? But let's spawn our little buddy again. You flick the lever, you can open and close it as many times as you want. So now, what's cool about this door is look at this. It's closed right now, open right now. But if you close it, it actually reveals an armor stand behind it. Look at that. I'm going to break it for now. But look, you can have a separate little room. Look at that. I once saw a room where, let's say this is a bedroom, and this is a bathroom, right? The door is open to the bathroom and closed to the bedroom. Then you open the bedroom door and it just closes the bathroom door. Like we saw on Instagram Reels. Look at that video. Imagine this is a bedroom and this is a bathroom. I saw a real house that had that. So look, if you want the bathroom shut, you just close this, right? Oh, Kaylee, cool. Karan got a PS5. He invited me to play the PS5 version of GTA. No way. My online friend Karan, he's like 23 or 24, and he's a pharmacist. He has had a PS4 for a long time, and I played GTA with him, but when I got the PS5, I started playing GTA on there, right? And then I'm like, Karan's like, oh, you want to play GTA? I'm like, sure. I play with him. And now I'm back in my progress when I play with him. So I only have my PS4 progress with him. Then when I play on my own, I have all my PS5 progress, if that makes sense. So it wasn't very fun to play with him because I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. But now he got a PS5, so that's very nice. So, anyways, that's the bedroom. We'll walk this way later. Go here. You turn left. We'll go there later. Come down this way. Sorry, I want to get rid of the stuff in my inventory. And then at the end of this hallway is a garden. Look at this. We'll do a slow little walk around. You walk this way. The feeling Mom is going to like this garden. You walk this way. There's some berry bushes. You can actually pick the berries off of them. And you can eat the berries. So if Kaylee or Elias needs any food while they're in here, there's berries. They could even replant these berries if they wanted. Infinite food. So anyway, then there's this plant in a pot. How Kaylee and I made this, I'll show you. Mom, you're going to love this. It's a
Beautiful
very
garden.
creative thing we did. Thank you for saying beautiful garden. So, here's all the parts we used. A large pot, a small pot, and leaves, right? So what we did is place a big pot. What are you gonna say, Kaylee? Nah. Actually, you can text Karan and say I'm live streaming right now, but I'll play later. So, look at this. The small pot, you can put plants in. Look at that, I just put bamboo in it. So what we did is there's the big pot and we put the small pot in it. So look, it just fits right there. Like that. But then we put bamboo in it. We got some leaves from a tree and put them above it. So look at that. It looks like one big plant. It's not nice. Yes, it is, Benjamin. I'm kidding. I'm not saying you won't say that. I was just reacting to myself. So there's a plant in the corner. You walk down here. There's some candles on the things again, but this time they're just normal cream-colored candles. And look, there's actually benches you can sit down on. Isn't that cute? So then you walk over here, more plants, more plants, more plants. Look at that. Right. If you come over this way, there's a trapdoor here. You go in it. And this is where it says the left is right and the right is left. So that's where the trapdoor is leading to the execution room. So there's two trapdoors leading to the execution room, right? Anyway, this is the garden. You can come down these stairs, right? They have little trapdoors on them for some extra detail, like railings almost. And look, you come under these vines. There's some lily pads, flowers, some petals, some firefly bushes. And then this is a cherry tree. But instead of having cherry leaves, which look like this, I gave it these leaves, flowering azalea leaves, because it just matched better. But it is a cherry tree. Like a cherry blossom tree. Sorry, not a cherry tree, a cherry blossom tree. Blossom. And look at these flowers. I was gonna say flowers. So look at these flowers. And there's some vines. There's also a little bench you can sit on. How cute. Not a bench, a stool. I guarantee Kaylee, my mom's gonna say something like, I want this garden in real life. Let me know if I was right, Mom. So we use the same flower pots here. That's a cactus. This is a dead bush. This is a fern. Another dead bush. Another dead bush. A sapling. And a fern. Oh, and another dead bush. Isn't that very cool? So Dracula has this big, beautiful garden because he can't actually go outside during the sunlight. But if you come up here, right, so we fly and come up here, there's actually a dome to the outside. Look at that, right? Just a big glass dome with some fences over top. It's like a, um, like.
This is gorgeous. The want this in real life.
Sorry, Mom, your message cut off. All I could see is this is gorgeous. The want this in.
And the
Dot dot
castle.
dot. Sorry, I don't see the whole messages. And the castle, Mom says. Let's see if I can turn that up. How can I turn that up? So I don't want music. if I go to microphone, sorry, your messages don't read out very loud. So I'll actually turn my TV up
Want this
louder.
in real life?
Oh, you want this in real life? I was right, Kaylee. I'll turn my TV up louder. I'll just turn down Minecraft. So, audio. Sorry, you will hear it less as a result. That's okay. There's not a whole lot you need to hear. So look, there's actually a big dome over top. And then so this is tinted glass. This is a dark oak fence, and then there's more of the black painted skulk block to look like the nighttime sky. Isn't that cool? So there's actually this dome. So I did tinted glass on purpose, and the fences, and this big ass tree to imagine Dracula can actually go in here during the day, and the sunlight is blocked and filtered enough to not hurt him. At least not badly. I'm also imagining Dracula can change his size. You'll see that later. Like he can choose how big he is. Maybe his true form is really tall, but he can kind of shapeshift into a smaller form. So that's the garden, right? We come back out here. And now there's this door. I'll show you in a minute. So look at this door. This is an iron door. Remember, you can't get through this by opening it. But you can see an offering. There's a vampire offering in there, which is an item you'll need, and I'll explain why later. There's a little vampire offering. If I break it, this is what it looks like on the inside. Vampire head. Oh, I did the wrong vampire head, I just realized. I needed to do this one that has a candle on its head. So, this door, you can't actually normally get through. Oh, hello. This is a worker. I'll show you him in a minute. So, down the hall from this door, there is a simple little bell. It's like a dinner bell you can ring. And if you ring it, it looks like nothing happens, right? And it's just in the wall, kind of random looking. But you might be able to see, look down the hallway. I'm ringing it, and the door is opening and then closing and then opening and then closing quickly every time I ring it. Look at that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can. Let's try one more time. There. Look at the door to the left. It's actually opening and closing rapidly every time I ring this doorbell. So if I spam it, it opens like that. So Elias and Kaylee will have to figure out that you ring this, and that's how one of them gets into the room to grab the offering. The offerings will be important, so please remember them. Well, you don't have to, because I'll explain it again later. This is what they look like. It's a vampire head with a candle on top. This is what this is what the normal one looks like. So yeah, pretty cool. And then these are workers. They are spawned in the building. And if I go in survival mode, let's see what happens. They actually chase me with axes. Look at that. So, oh my god, he killed me so fast. So then I spawned in the bedroom again. Oh god, where are they? They must be down this way. Yeah, look at, they're right down here. So you'll have to actually escape them like this. Look at him running down the hallway at me. There's an Easter egg to The Shining in this game. If you name one of these guys Johnny, he will actually have his axe out all the time and he'll run and kill everything he sees. So normally, yeah, the killer in The Shining, Kaylee, his name is Johnny. Or not, no, his name isn't Johnny. What am I talking about? His name is, fuck, what's his name? Do you remember? Jack Torrance. Not Johnny. That's funny. Jack Torrance. And he's the guy in that Roblox game, remember? But he kills people with an axe, basically, or has an axe. He's like kind of the bad guy. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a long time. Fact check me if I'm wrong, Mom. But basically, if you name one of these guys Johnny, they'll actually kill like pigs and stuff. And just every single mob in the game, they'll actually kill them. So normally they only kill like the player and like villagers, because they're evil villagers, these guys. Yeah, if you name them that, they go after everything. So anyway, now we continue down the hallway again. So there's some workers in Dracula's castle. So now, Mom, I will show you a little Easter egg I put it. Let's give myself effect me strength. So I just gave myself strength 255. So let's go find that guy and punch him. He just died instantly. Look at that. He just died absolutely instantly. So let's go find the other one because I want to kill him so I can show you something without being disrupted. So, Mom, this will be very creepy. So, look at this. You walk over here, you're like, oh, look, a random door with a lever over it. If you flick that lever, you get slow, and a bell lands. And there's this terrifying creature. That will kill you, right? So he's called Shepherd. Right? So that is Shepherd. Let's go find him. I'm going to go in creative so he won't kill me all the time. What way do I have to go? Here he is. So this is Shepherd, right? Look at him. He's this weird hunchback.
Ooh, he is gross.
I know, he is gross. He has a tree for a head and then a bell on it and a little stick. Oh, I have to affect myself strength. Look, I'm so strong, Mom. Punch him and he instantly dies. And he has a health bar up there. Well, not anymore. I killed him. But this, Mom, is how it will look to the actual players, right? Darkness, infinite, 1, true. So this is how dark it will actually be for the players, for Kaylee and Elias, right? Wait, it'll be this dark. So they have, oh wait, I was wondering why it looked weird. It's because I had night vision on. This is how dark it will be, Mom. So this is what they see walking around. And that flickering effect is like their lantern flickering, right? So if they're walking and they see this door, let's go in survival mode, right? Let's put all my stuff away in my inventory real quick. They're like, oh, look, a door. It will be closed. So let's say I'm opening it. They suddenly get slowness. A bell spawns, and the shepherd spawns. And he'll actually chase them. What's up, Kaylee? Oh, not yet. So look, the shepherd will actually chase you down the hallway. If you aren't fast enough, he'll hit you. Look at my hearts down at the bottom. You normally have 9 of them, or 10 or whatever. Now I only have like 3. So you can see he actually chases you down the hallway. And since you have slowness briefly when he spawns, you're not this slow all the time after he spawns. Oh crap. Oh my god, I got to the gate! He cornered me! Look at that. I died. So, since you, since when he spawns it gives you, oh he spawned, I'll explain that in a minute. Since when he spawns, he gives you slowness, you can barely outrun him. You have to be sprinting and jumping as fast as you can. He spawned a sheep, right? So let's kill him. Oops. I meant to affect myself with strength, not slowness. So, let's punch him. See, he dies. So you will have to actually just defeat him, right? But I'm giving myself strength to defeat him instantly. But in the game, he will actually be following you around the mansion and hunting you and trying to kill you. He'll probably kill you guys many times, Kate. But look at this sheep. What's interesting about this sheep is look at this, Mom. If I turn to survival mode, he starts coming after me and he explodes and he has a big, gross mouth, right? I know you probably only saw it very quickly, but that sheep, let's spawn another one. Just the sheep on its own this time. So I'll spawn a normal sheep. And here's a possessed sheep. It looks the same. It'll actually go after that sheep and kill it. No, it possessed it. I see. Then I go into survival, and they have big mouths they open, and they chase you. Let's see if I can get them to do it. They also sometimes spit. baby sheep at you that are also possessed. Let's see if I can get it to do it. Pineapple Kaylee. You made one of them die. She started tickling me. So look, this is the possessed sheep. Okay, it blew up. It didn't do it there, but they will sometimes spawn baby sheep. They will shoot a baby sheep out of their mouth, and it will come and kill you. It's okay. So then, yeah, basically that's the shepherd. He spawns those sheep, and let's spawn him one more time. Right? So see, he spawns, and look at his health bar at the top. Do you see it? It says shepherd. There's a purple line. Let's punch him. So this is me doing 1 damage, remember? Look how slow his health goes down. It's not even really moving. Barely budges. So I won't kill him I won't just do that the whole time. This is me hitting him with a netherite sword, which is the strongest in normal Minecraft. Look at his health bar. You can see it's going down more, right? So look at that. You can see it's going down. So that is as strong as me doing 8 punches at once. Let's get out a stronger sword. This is going to be a modded sword. These are all the weapons in the game. Modded ones. Look at this bad boy. Look at this crazy sword. This is what a netherite sword looks like if it's a level 5 sword. This shit is fucking massive. It does 13 damage, right? So look, and I can jump to do more damage, right? So it's like you're putting momentum into it. Look at his health. It's going down a lot better this time. So you can see I'm doing 14 damage. Doing more than 13 because I'm jumping. Is that more than 13? Or more than 14? Oh, it's 21 damage. Wow. So yeah, using this really, really good sword, that's how strong his health is. So, yeah, in the game, you will not even get weapons that strong. So you'll not be able to defeat him easily. I just defeated him in 1 punch by giving myself strength. I have to close that door, then closing the door spawns him again. But I need the door shut for when they actually play the game. Punch him. Anyways, so yeah, you won't even be expecting it. Like, look, you think it's just a door. You go up to it, you can't see past it 'cause there's a banner hanging in your way, and you're like, what the hell? And you open it, and it leads to absolutely fucking nothing, right? So, now we continue. I'm done with that now. Oh, was this the garden? This was the garden. So, now we go down this way. There's the bell, which opens the door. Now we go down this hallway. This is quite a cool hallway. So, it will lead to a wine cellar, right? Which is not finished. This is one of 2 rooms we don't have finished. But these are the blocks we'll use. I don't actually want to use this one anymore, but look at this. This is compressed sweet berries. So this is the berries from the garden. This is compressed glass bottle blocks. So I'll show you what a glass bottle looks like. It looks like this. Wait, let me put it in an item frame. That is what a glass bottle looks like. This is a compressed block of them. So put that there. And this is meant to look like, let me know if you can see what it's meant to look like. It's meant to be like bottles of wine in one of those like square patterned kind of holders. Sorry, my feet are cold. Give me 1 second. So it's meant to look like wine bottles in one of those little square holder things that holds a bunch of them. This one holds, what is that? 18 of them? 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. So yeah, it's meant to look like wine bottles. Can you see it or no? And then this is a barrel or like a keg full of wine or a barrel full of wine or whatever. Looks like wine bottles. Thank you. It's meant to look like wine bottles. It is actually compressed mangrove logs into a block. So yeah, it's meant to look like them in one of those holders. So thank you. This is going to be the wine wine cellar room, and yeah, it will have seating and stuff. But look, there's one of our famous trap doors. So you do this. This one is a short trap door, or a short tunnel. Leads you to this room full of disgusting vampire spiders. Take a look at this while I drink some water. Anyway, so these are, I cleared a bug in my throat. These are our vampire spiders. They are, I guess that's a dark gray. Am I filling this thing? These are a dark gray, and they have red eyes. And right back here, in this little room, there will be an armor stand with some armor on it. So you'll have to, excuse me, cobwebs.
Looks like my pet.
Looks like my pet. Gross. That's fucking disgusting. So yeah, there's these spiders. There's a little pot right here. There's nothing in it. There's cobwebs, and look at the cobwebs. If I walk through them, this is me walking as fast as I can. It actually slows me down. You'll have to crawl in here. Oops, I broke some cobwebs. You'll have to actually crawl in here and grab that armor set if you want it. It'll probably be cool knight armor or something. Won't be anything too rare because this is a pretty easy to find room. It's not like you have to do a puzzle or anything. So yeah, that's my wine cellar. And then come down here. There's a sign that says mansion key required. The little area where you can place things. So it's called a hopper. You can throw things in it. And I'll show you how it works. Basically, if I place a chest down, and I'll get out a diamond sword. Thank you very much, Kate. So let's say I place a chest, and then I put a hopper. You're not slick, Kaylee. And I attach a hopper to this chest. You can see the tube is connected to it. And I throw a diamond sword in there. See, it disappeared. But now it's in the chest. Right? It's not cool. So, you know what we'll do? We'll place a bunch of these hoppers. Then look at this. Throw a diamond sword in there. And eventually it will pass through this hopper very quickly. Oh, I think it already did. It did. And it goes right to the chest. So, look at that. It goes right to the chest. So yeah, it's kind of like a factory of sorts. Anyway, so there's a hopper, and it says mansion key required. So then, there's this gate. You can't get through this gate, but you can see if I break this. Well, you can see it if I don't. There are some iron bars on it, right? There's no way to get through them. But later on, you will acquire something called a mansion key. You throw it in here, and then after a minute, something is dispensed out of here, and it will be a pickaxe that you use to break these gates, and then you can open the door. And that is actually how you escape the mansion. But you need a mansion key, remember. So, we continue, because we don't have a mansion key, do we? There's an iron door, which you can't get through, but you can see there's some spider webs in it, and a red banner hanging in your face, right? So, we're going to leave this room because you can't get in it through this way. You can get out through this door, but you can't get in through this door. So there's a second entrance to that room, which I'll show you later. So we'll continue. Now, we arrive at the bathroom. Here is a toilet. Here's like the little toilet paper rack. See, it's empty. Fuck you, Dracula. Here's the toilet. This is a bar of soap on the side of the sink. This is a possessed sheep head offering thing. Right? So, yeah, it's a cool little candle. You know what, though? I just realized I don't want the player to think they can use that in the offering thing later, Taylor. It's supposed to be the vampire offerings, remember? And I had a sheep offering here, but it's supposed to be vampire offerings. So I'm going to just make it candles. Sorry, I'll explain that later. It'll make more sense. Then there's this painting, which is meant to represent a mirror. There's no mirrors in Minecraft, so I just found a painting that looks like one. This is the sink. You know what? Let's put a little bit of water in the sink. So here we can fill these with water. Oops. So now I just got a bunch of bottles of water. Maybe I'll fill these with potions, Kaylee. Wouldn't that be cool? If you can find glass bottles, you can get potions out of it. Let's do that. So, Mom, there's some different potions. There's night vision, there's invisibility, leaping, jump boost, so that's leaping, fire resistance, speed would be a good one. Speed potion. I don't want you to be very fast in this, though. Yeah, some more speed, slowness. I don't know why you'd purposely get a slowness one. Ooh, I'll do instant health potions, I think. I wouldn't do a poison potion. That'd be silly. So, let's get the water out. Potion of regeneration. So look at that. You'll be able to find, I guess, some glass bottles. I'll put them in the wine cellar. So you know what? Let's go do that right now. You're seeing my map get better and better as you watch, I guess. So in the wine cellar, I need to place 2 item frames with 2 glass bottles. It's okay, kid. So then, like, you can keep making that sound. I'm not telling you not to. It's funny. So you can keep, what? It's continuing my Kaylee thought accidentally. You can get those bottles and come to the bathroom and get potions out of the sink. Isn't that cool? Don't try that at home. You walk through the, it's pretty common, sorry, side tangent. It's pretty common in Minecraft to make secret entrances behind a painting. So here's how you do it. Are you ready? You do something like a door or a gate. And I'm like, oh, there's a door here that I want to hide. Right? Here's a painting. You don't think anything of the painting. Well, you'd think something of this one because it's just in the middle of nowhere. But look, you can actually walk right through the painting. Isn't that cool? And then, look at, you can't walk through it if the door is shut. So say I open it, you can walk through. Say I shut it, you can't. There we go. Or you do gates. And then the gates, you can actually just walk right up to them and then close them and open them. Right? So that's not an uncommon thing. Lots and lots of Minecraft players know about that. I'd say almost every Minecraft player knows about that at this point. But I used it, and basically come up here. You know what? Let's change one of these potions. I'm not happy with them both being the same potion. I'd like one of them to be something else. What is another potion? I guess one of them will be speed. Okay, cool. Are there any other blue potions I could do? There are, but they're all bad potions. You know what? Let's get rid of both of those. We're just going to do 2 potions of instant health. So it's instant health 1 and instant health 2. Instant health 2 is better. There's 3 potions you can get out of this, 3 potions you can get out of that. Anyway, go through the mirror. We end up at 2 doors. We open the doors and you drop down here, right? It's not cool. So look at that, little secret entrance. Beautiful. There's a totem of undying. If you're holding this when you die, it brings you back to life. Isn't that cool? And this is a miner's helmet. So I'll actually wear it and it lights up. Yep. Nothing. I'm streaming to Mom, showing my Minecraft house. I'll say hi. Hi, Mom. I don't know. I think someone else might be watching. Oh, no. I think it's just Mom. You can stay in here if you want to, Tristan. And, Mom, this is a miner's helmet. So what it does is it lights up the area around you as if you are holding a helmet, even when you aren't. So this is a flint and steel, and then that's what you use to light those candles. This is a vampire offering, another one of them. And this is called a wind charge. I'll show you what they do. There's two of them. Wind charges.
Hi,
You can.
honey.
I was gonna say Tristan. Mom said hi, but he left my room. So you can throw a wind charge, and it fires a little ball of wind, right? And you can use this to actually boost yourself up. So look at that. It's like you can jump higher with it. Look at that. Or you can shoot it. Oops, I opened. Whoa, I can open doors with it. Okay, you can open and close doors with wind charges. Look at this. It's open. It's closed.
That's so cool.
Dude, you can make a cool secret entrance of sorts with that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how cool it'd be. At some point in our parkour area, there's a door. You have to shoot open. You can't get up there. Then there's a target block. You have to shoot that with an arrow and then that lights something up.
That's cool.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll figure that out. So, I'm sorry your stomach hurts, Kaylee.
I'm gonna cry. Wah! I'm kidding.
She's kidding. I don't know if you heard. So maybe I'll have something cool like that. Do it with these. Oops. Wow, you can't. Anyways, so yeah, a wind charge. You can shoot at a monster, and it pushes them back and hurts them, right? So now this is, oh, there's a trap door. Where does this lead? Oh, it just leads to the other side of the gate. So now this is the lounge, right? I'm gonna break that sign. I don't need it. This is going to be the lounge. It's gonna be a music player.
I'm
I'll get
sorry,
rid of that.
Kay.
My mom says, I'm sorry, Kaylee, about your stomach.
It's okay. Thank you.
Kaylee says, thank you. There's a little record player. This lounge is not done. Obviously, if it was, this would be a terrible fucking lounge. But you can sit, and there might be a little fireplace or something, I'm not sure. Now, we move on. So we've already been that way. We've already been that way. So now, look at this, Mom. We're brought to two ways we could go. Well, three ways we can go. What do you vote, Mom? Left, right, or straight first?
R.
Okay, we'll go right. Look at this. It's a little bit of a windy hallway. Look at this. Oh, we're in a library. Look how fucking cool this is. Kaylee, would you like to do a tour of the library? Kaylee did most of the work. Okay, she says it's okay. And I can do it. So, we turn this way. There's books, a little chair. We go around this pillar. Look at these bookshelves, bookshelves, bookshelves. Pushkelves, yeah, exactly. And then there's stairs. We won't go up the stairs. We'll go around them. Look at that. Can't even really tell there's much around it. You go here, whole new area. There's this really comfortable looking chair. Look at that. Oh, that looks so nice. Little table. Walk through here. There's more chairs. Table. Shout out Kaylee. She did most of the library. Looks great. Look at this. Oh, that's so accurate to a real library. Then a little bookshelf. Count how many times I say bookshelf, everybody. I would say take a shot every time, but you'd probably end up in the hospital. You walk over here. Oh, remind me to come back to this. Look, there's a little lever you can flick, but you don't know what it does yet. And I won't show you yet. So then, look at this. How nice this looks.
Sweet library.
Sweet library, Mom says.
Thank you.
Kaylee says thank you. No, I say thank you. I did some of it. So all of this downstairs, Kaylee did for the most part. And now, yeah, so that's that. There's some more shelves. We can put two little plants in here. Mom, you get to vote on the plants. Okay? There's oak sapling, spruce sapling, birch sapling, jungle sapling, acacia sapling, dark oak sapling, mangrove sapling, cherry sapling, and a pale oak sapling. You can have any of those. You can have any of these flowers, crimson roots, warped roots, dandelion, poppy, blue orchid, allium. Am I saying that right, Kaylee? Yes. Azure bluet. What?
Azure blue.
Birch cherry.
She says azure bluet. Red tulip, orange tulip, white tulip, pink tulip, oxeye daisy, cornflower, lily of the valley, sunflower, lilac, rosebush, peony, pitcher plant, pink petals, wildflowers, wither rose, torch flower, cactus flower, closed eye blossom, and open eye blossom. There's also a couple more I'd like to show you. There is bamboo and a dead bush. And you can do fern, large, or you can't do large fern actually. Grass, there's dry grass. Yeah, and then there's some other stuff. So, did you say birch and cherry? I believe that's what you said. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what that looks like. Are you happy with this or no? Would you like other ones? There's also two more pots. You will pick the flowers.
Dandelion, blue orchid, lilac.
Dandelion, blue orchid, and lilac. Okay. Dandelion, blue orchid. Okay, nice. Yes. So dandelion, blue orchid. Oh, the lilacs can't go in a pot, I realized, Mom. It's okay. I'll add them somewhere else. It's a big plant. So, we'll do. Mom, what's one more plant you'd like? I could do bamboo, any of the flowers, and any of the saplings. Or a little fern. There's this cute one. This is a mangrove sapling for a mangrove tree. I'll do that one for now. If you'd like me to change it, let me know.
White
So,
tulip.
white tulip? Okay, fuck yeah. That's a good one. Oops, I meant to grab out the actual pot, not the plant. Okay, we'll do white tulip. And now,
Cactus.
Mom, cactus. I could do cactus. Now I'll do one more, but sorry, I'm gonna pick this one. I will do the lilac like you suggested, though. So we'll plant this. Look at that. Yes, we have, Miss Kaylee. No. Kaylee, you should plant that one. Nice. Yeah, we do have to do some more decorating, but we've got time. So, look at this. I'm placing a block of dirt and then trap doors, right? Then a rose bush. Look at that, Mom. Kaylee, look at this. Look at these two flowers. Flower here. Flower here. Look at that. And then look at this. Plants chosen by Mom. Nice job, Mom. You chose great plants. So, we move on. Look at this, Mom. There's this. When you enter, there's this seating area. This is inspired. I made up one of these upstairs. It was inspired by the downtown library, if you can tell. Little seating area. And then another one. But look at this. This one's got knight armor. Isn't that awesome? I'm actually going to break it and just put an empty one because I don't know if that's the armor I want. Another one of these, and then another little cubby thing. So yeah, look at the two entries entries? I don't know what that fucking means. Two entrances when I was here, right? Lead left and right. And they both go to the library. Isn't that cool? So yeah, they both lead to the same place. I'm actually going to do a slightly different idea. Look at that. Cute little fences right here. Ooh, maybe I'll even do... Mom, let me know what you like more. These walls, and then a fence, or 3 fences. What do you like more? 2 walls and a fence, or 3 fences? Oops, 3 fences. So the fences you can just open like this.
Three.
3 of them? Okay, we'll do 3. Now, we'll go do 3 on the other side. Oh, we already did 3 on the other side, remember. Alright, Mom, so that's our library. The downstairs, at least. Now we have the upstairs. The upstairs isn't as big. You walk up these stairs, and you enter this. Just a nice little area. Maybe we'll put a chair or a table. You know what? Let's add a chair and table combo up there right now. So imagine this to be like a studying kind of room almost. Like maybe you can rent it or something. You know what? Let's make this a bigger table. Well, you wouldn't be able to rent it because this is just Dracula's house. But if this was a public library, I mean, like that type of thing. So then it's another little sitting area. I don't think I'll do anything here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do this. And over here, this is a monster spawner, right? So I plan on spawning werewolves in here or something. So we won't do any tables. That'd be a little silly. Werewolves don't need tables. So yeah, this will be a werewolf spawning room. You know what? Let's kind of hide the spawner almost with chairs. Not that I'm trying to hide it well or anything. But look at that. At least now there's a decoration. And then come over here. Do another one of these. Oops. So yeah, look at this. Now there's seating. Anyway, continue over here. There's a balcony that overlooks the whole library. Wow, Kaylee, look at this. I'm pretty proud of Kaylee and I's library. And then over here, some more bookshelves, obviously. It's kind of what a library is. But then look at this. There's a, what am I trying to say? There's a painting. There's a painting. And, what's something else I could put here as a decoration? There's flower boxes. Kaylee, we haven't used the flower boxes. So there's flower boxes and then attached flower boxes. So I'll show you what they both are. This is a flower box. You can put any flowers you like in it. So let's put in poppies. Look at that. Then there's an attached one, which does the same thing, but it, does the same thing, but it actually attaches like that. Isn't that nice? Oops.
This whole build is my favorite you guys have done yet, Red Heart.
Thank you, Mom. Yes, I quite like it. Kaylee, what flower would you like? Did you say? Yes. Is this a big one? Must be. You know what? Let's replace this with this. Like that. That's way, way better. So we'll do cornflower in that. And then there's another hanging one I wanted to put. Not a hanging one, sorry. Just a sitting one. Is that oak? So we'll do this. We'll do flowers of cornflower. And look at this, Mom. You're gonna love this. Come back here. Oh, another armor stand. That scared me. I'll just do it as a normal one for now. But look at this. You can crouch, actually come in this area and sit. It's just like a little booth. That'd be quite comfy. Maybe you lay down in it. I don't know. But yeah, there'd be a little booth. Come over here. Look at this sitting area. And over here, there's a sitting area, but you can actually sit here and have like a nice extended kind of recliner, right? So then if we run back over here around this to the other side, it's actually just duplicated on the other side, all of it. So here's the little indent area, and then the sitting area, and then this sitting area. Yeah, so it's the same on both sides. So, Mom, that after that long explanation, that is our library. Yeah, that's our library. So wait, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I make this little shelf-looking thing. I place blocks here to limit the size that it can be. So there's a couple different paintings. Mom, how about you choose? I just realized my microphone was muted. I'm sorry, I don't know when I muted it.
Spider.
You like spider? There we go. Was my microphone muted for a long time? I don't know. I don't remember muting it. That's so unfortunate if it was muted for a long time. So oak flower box, then we'll do allium in there. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. So yeah, that is our library. I'm quite happy with the library. Yeah, like I said,
Not at
Kaylee
all.
made most of it. Not at all. Okay, good. Kaylee made most of it. And this is my favorite. Oh, my slippers are getting too warm. This is my favorite area right here, Mom. Look at this. So simple. Just a single chair and 2 flowers, and you can read here, right? But, Mom, look at this area. Do you remember the lever I showed you earlier? Let's go find it again. Look at this. It's down. You flick it up. And if you run back, look at this, Mom. Now 2 pathways just freaking open. So now, sorry, Katie. What's wrong? Your tummy hurt? You should drink more water. Water cures all ailments. So now look at this, Mom. 2 piston door things have opened, right? So look at this, 2 hallways down. Staircase, actually. Go down this side, and it says Trial of Hildebrandt, which is Elias's last name. You go down the other side, and it says Trial of Gordon, which is Kaylee's last name. So, meaning one of them has to go down one side, one has to go down the other. Let's go down the Elias side, how about? Not that it matters. And look at this. It leads you to this scary room. Right over here, there's not really much. There's one chest. I'll put it off in the corner. So, there's actually parkour you have to do here, Mom. Look at this. But the cool thing is if you come up here and you go down the other side, here it is. It's the exact same, just mirrored on the other side. Isn't that cool? So I'm already on the Kaylee side, so let's do it here. You run and jump like that, like this, up here. You can jump up here. You can jump up here, but it's not that helpful. Then you jump across to here. So look at this jump, Mom. You can't actually make it. So look, there's lava down here, and if you fall into the lava, you die, and you lose every item in your inventory, right? So that's what these chests are actually for, is to put all your items in. Kaylee says she's gonna die because her stomach hurts. You'll be fine, buddy. I'm sorry your stomach hurts. So, Mom, if you choose, you could actually bring your beds from the bedroom, right? You could actually put them down here if you wanted to. But that, like, so you every time you die doing this parkour, you spawn back here. But that's dangerous. While you're running with your bed in your inventory, if you die, you have nowhere to spawn, so you just spawn back at the very start. Anyway, so like you do this, you jump up here, up here, up here, and you run and jump here. So this jump, oops, well, I could have gotten further than that, but you can't actually make that jump. Oh, Kaylee, do you mind texting my dad and saying, don't forget, I have to go bring a void check to my work and ask if we can go tomorrow. Thanks. I can text after if you want. I just don't want to forget. Thank you. Say, please and thank you. Say, it's Benjamin. Don't forget, I have to go to the bank and get a void check for my work. Can we do that tomorrow, please? Thank you, Miss Kaylee. So, Mom, look at this. You can't actually make that jump. So you have to make the jump and close this trap door. This is the trap door, but you can't open and close it from here. Thanks, Kaylee. You can't open and close it from here. So you have to actually run, jump, and close it before you land on it. Isn't that smart? Oops. Can we just turn it down, please? Thanks. So then, look at this. Yeah, that's a perfect one. Thanks. So then, look at this. You run. All right, Kaylee, thank you. So look, the trap door, it's probably going to be closed. You can just run and jump here, right? And then from this iron bar, you jump up to this one. Then you leap to this ladder, right? Look at that. But then there's no obvious place to go from there, right? Because you can't really jump around to this ladder. You actually can. It's just very difficult. But look at that.
Wow,
High five. Look at that, Kaylee.
that was nice.
Thank you. So you can actually do this parkour all by yourself. I just did it again.
Nice.
But you don't actually know of that ladder. So what I was originally intending is look at this, Kaylee. You just do third person and see the ladder.
Mhm.
And if you want to try it, you can. But there's another way to do it. See this lever, Mom? So you see this piston. It's okay. You see this piston, Mom? If I pull the lever, sorry, nothing happens, right? But if we go all the way to the beginning, up the stairs, and now to the other side, it actually pulled the piston out on the Elias side. So Kaylee and Elias have to actually do this together. So you know how the piston was closed on the other side? I pull this lever, and now I'm going to head back there, and now the piston will be open. Isn't that smart? They actually have to work together, and that, yes, you know, the piston's open. So then you jump on the piston, right? Then you jump from the piston up to the ladder. There's a small iron bar you gotta jump on and not die. Then you jump onto this ladder. Then you jump onto this iron bar, onto this block. And you can make that jump. It's just very, very difficult. So it's actually easier if you crouch and close the trapdoor. So then you can jump on it more like a platform instead of like having to leap all that distance, right? So you close the trapdoor, leap onto it, leap onto this. Oops. See, it's not that easy. You leap onto this ladder, right? And you go from there to this motherfucker. You go into this ladder. See, these are blocks of honey. The cool property about honey is you stick to it. Look at this. I'm sticking right to the wall. I can just choose to drop off, but you stick to the wall, jump to this trapdoor, and you jump down to this. Oops, you jump down to this block. It's a block of slime. So you actually bounce on slime. Isn't that cool? Right. I'll do it one more time. You actually bounce. So what you gotta do is sneak around the edge and jump. Isn't that so cool, Mom? I made all this parkour by myself. Well, Kaylee helped me make sure the sides are the same, and she helped me test it. So thank you, Kaylee. But you have to do all this parkour. Both people have to do it. And like I said, it's just mirrored on the other side, right? But reversed. So then you do all this. You finally get to the end here. You crouch jump. Now this is the ending platform. So look, if I go around this, Mom, you can see it's reversed right on the other side. How cool. So then I pull the lever here, right? And it reverses the piston on this side. It closed right as I got there. Very nice. So anyways, you get here, and it says, whoever arrives first gets the red loot box. Whoever arrives second gets the blue loot box. The red loot box is in 2 ender pearls, right? The blue loot box is 1 ender pearl. I'm actually going to change that. You don't need ender pearls. They're not very helpful. Well, I put them originally because you'd have to use them to get out. What an ender pearl does, Mom, is look, you throw it, and wherever it lands, you teleport. So I'm going to throw it at the blue box. Now I'm standing on the blue box. Right? So yeah, that's all it does. But you don't actually need them anymore, so I'm going to change that. So basically, whoever gets here first gets the better loot, and whoever gets here second gets the worst loot. There's also this thing called a summoning runic, which you break, and you need it later on. Okay? So, yeah, that is actually the little trial. How do you like it, Mom? So I'm going to give myself a command block. So what if I do, let's test this, effect at S,
Love it.
darkness,
Smiling face with hard eyes.
thank you, Mom. Okay, so that didn't work. We'll have to place it here. So I'm going to place that. Oops, let's replace this. So, here, look at this, Mom. I have to come over here, come back up here, and right here. So my coordinates, it says my position at the top, minus 34, 1. Oops, I didn't see it fast enough. Minus 34, 1, minus 46. Minus 34, 1, minus 46. Minus 34, 1, minus 46. 34, 1, minus 36. No, 46. So then minus 46. We do teleport at all players. So look at this. You press this, it teleports you outside. Isn't that cool, Kaylee? So you press that button, and it teleports you right outside.
Cool.
Wait, look at this. So you come down here, do all this parkour, loop around. You get the stuff. Press this button.
Yeah.
You're just out here.
Great.
So now, Mom, we move on. Thank you for the high five, Kaylee. Now, we go flick that lever again to close those things back up. Elias and Kaylee will have to discover all of this. Well, Kaylee already knows about lots of this stuff. She helped me build some of it, but Elias won't know that. No, I'm kidding. But basically, Mom, Now we're done with the library. So now we leave through the gate. And look at this. There's a staircase up. So remember I said left or right? Now we're going straight. One sec.
Hi.
That was Miss Kaylee, obviously.
Sweetie.
You need to sleep. Okay, Mom. I'll leave the live stream off. Do you want me to keep live streaming and show you the rest right now and then you can just watch it whenever? Or do you want me to do a separate live stream tomorrow? What would you rather? Because you're the only one that I'm really showing this to anyway.
Okay. Yes.
Separate live stream tomorrow. So now you are left with this ominous staircase up, Mom. And you won't know what's up there. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed.
Marlene tomorrow.
You see Marlene tomorrow? Nice. Wait, what does that mean? Who's Marlene? Is that your friend? Yes, Kaylee says. I thought her name was something else. There's two, Kaylee says.
Yes, there's two different people you're supposed to see.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Jen and Marlene.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Nice, Mom.
Thank
Have fun.
you. It's fantastic.
What's fantastic? Oh, do you mean the build?
Second lady.
Second lady. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for watching, Mom. I'm glad you liked it. And I'm gonna do my classic outro. Even though it's just you watching. It's easier. It's easier to close the live stream. And also if someone else is watching. I don't want to ignore them. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and if you did, give this video a like. Maybe even subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Be notified when we make more videos that you might be interested in. And I hope you have a good night, Mom. And I hope you have fun seeing your friend tomorrow. Thank you very much, and have a good